Alright. We are ready for the final battle. One thing I would recommend to have everybody to at least level 70. So, go do some level grinding. One nice thing about these versions of the games, they have a boost feature. So you can go into boost and you can set your experience to as high as 4 times. That's going to save you some time. So instead of leveling up for 4 hours, you only have to level up for 1 hour and you get the same amount of experience. There's also boost for gold too, but we're after the experience. And another thing, I'm going to change the active battle mode back to wait again. I've tried this Zeromus battle a few times and he's way too fast on active. So I'm going to move it back to wait. So Golbez and FuSoYa are going to take on Zeromus, and we're just going to be spectators, I guess. Okay, so we're going to see a tandem meteor spell. If one wasn't damaging enough, they both can cast it together. The body dies, but the spirit lives on. And that's all she wrote, yeah? Game over? No, it can't be that easy. We're gonna have to fight too. We did it. It's a shame Zeromus had control over you. Alright. I was supposed to take care of him. Cecil. Oh, he's still moving. I am evil. I am the hatred of Zeromus. I am Zeromus. Okay, so that shockwave knocked us down, and just Golbez and FuSoYa are remaining. So Meteor just heals it. Meteor has no effect. Use the crystal. You chose the dark path. The crystal cannot cleanse your sins. You are bound forever by darkness. So a man of darkness as Golbez using the crystal had no effect. My hatred will continue until all is destroyed. Elder. Cecil and the others are in danger, so I see. Okay, so everybody's gonna pray for us. Cecil, please take my strength. Do it for this land. You have our support. Come on. Oh, so Cecil is back up. You must use this. Receive the crystal. Oh, and now because we're a paladin of light, we'll see if it actually has an effect. Hey there, let us help you. Their prayers give you life. Okay, so everyone's back to life. Don't give up. Trust in your power. Their prayers give you strength. So all our guys are recovering. You must prevail. Cecil, my brother. Give the holy power within you to the crystal. Okay, so Cecil is going to use the crystal. You have control of your guys again. Go into items. Use the crystal. And then Zeromus is going to change forms and we will be able to damage him. Alright, it looks like a giant skeletal ant. So have Edge throw that that knife, or as it was called in the Super Nintendo version, the spoon dagger. When Zeromus shakes, it means he's about to use his ultimate attack, Big Bang. So have Rosa ready to use Cure on everybody. And then have Edge throw the Excalibur, and after that, any weapons you may still have, and then Fuma shurikens, and then shurikens. Remember to empty the tank here. Don't be shy about using elixirs or anything like that, because this is the final battle. Kain jump, and I have Rydia cast Meteor because it's more powerful than casting Bahamut. Casting Bahamut would do about 5,000 to 6,000 damage. Meteor does 9,999, so we want to hit this guy with max damage whenever we can. So me, by setting that to waste, see, every time we go into the menu to use an item or pick a spell, it pauses the time flow of battle, so that gives us a bit more time. And then whenever he casts Black Hole, any magics you may have cast yourself to buff, like Fast or Berserk, will be nullified, so that's why I'm not buffing my character. It's a waste of time. Basically the same strategy we've been using for other battles, just instead of summoning Bahamut, we're hitting him with Meteor to get that to extra damage him. See, he's shaking, so he's going to use Big Bang very soon. There it is. When I left the time battle to active, he would get 2 Big Bangs in basically before Rosa's attack could come up, and then like 3 of your guys are wiped out, 1 is critical, and you're on the defensive, so it's too difficult. You might have to grind to like level 80 or 90 to beat him on active, otherwise he's just far too fast. And there we go, he's done. Zeromus is out. He's got about 60,000 HP. So long as evil exists in the hearts of the living, I cannot perish. Boom, he's gone. Well done. I had no idea you all possessed such strength. Zeromus's last words bother me, though. As long as evil exists, true evil will never die. There was nothing to it. I was surprised Zemus didn't try to control you. No, my heart is filled with goodness all the way. So FuSoYa is going to return home. May I come with you? You wish to join me? Yes, I cannot return home, not after all I've done. I'd very much like to meet my father's people. Okay, so because of all the evil that Golbez caused back on Earth, he's going to sleep with the other Lunarians. We pray that the blue planet. Yeah, that's another thing. It's not referred to as Earth. It's called the blue planet. Are you certain you want to part this way? He's your brother. Goodbye, everyone. Cecil. Goodbye, my brother. Thank you. And we get a shot of the universe. You can see 2 moons orbiting the planet Earth. And there's the Messidian legend. One born of a dragon bearing darkness and light will rise to the heavens over the still land. The moon's eternal light brings a promise to Earth with bounty and grace. Before long, the moon would set forth on a voyage once more, seeking out its light. Though of shared blood, time's march keeps the two separated, one on Earth, one on the moon. Okay, so the big whale goes back into the ocean again. We have no further need of it. Shall we begin today's training? Yes, sir. Where's Palong? Oh no, not again. We can see he's bragging again down by the pond. Whack. Ow! How many times are you going to be late for training? The elder is really angry. As punishment, you must train twice as hard as your sister today. That's not fair. I think it's very fair. When will you come to realize that you have responsibilities? So you can see Edge is now the king of Eblin Castle. Alright, I'll shape up. So he doesn't want to work. Still thinking about Rydia. What a courageous young lady. You can see Rydia's return to the land of summoned monsters. Why do I have fangs and you don't? I wish I didn't have fangs. What are you talking about? Doesn't matter what we look like. Important thing is what you're like on the inside, not on the outside. Isn't that right, Cecil? And looks like Yang's taken over leadership of Fabul. You're a queen now. Try calling me my king instead of honey. It's time for training. Let us begin our training. Hiya! Your Highness. Play the song about the paladin again for us. I will, but only after I finish my work. That's a promise, right? Anna. I hope you're watching over me. I'm helping the people of Damsian. I hope you and Tella are having a fine time together. And there's the Dwarf Kingdom. We need to repair the castle with great haste. Your Majesty, we don't have enough material. Take apart the tanks and remove any useful pieces. Okay, so seeing as how all the evil is gone out of the world, they don't need the tanks anymore. Sir Cecil and Lady Rosa are become the new king and queen of Baron. Okay, it looks like everybody from the party is taken over a kingdom. Cecil, Rosa. So Kain is going to do the whole Mount Ordeals thing. Only then shall I return to Baron. Okay, and there's the observatory. Oh! What is it? You have to see the moon. It's... Okay, so that moon is leaving. Must be the one with FuSoYa and Golbez on it. And we're back in Baron. What's wrong, Cecil? I thought I heard my brother's voice. Really? Couldn't tell for sure. Forget it. It's your big day. Must have lost track of time. Come on, Rosa. I mean, Your Majesty? Please, just call me Rosa. Well, Rosa, you gotta get dressed. Get some makeup on you. I'll be right there. Can't wait to see everyone again. It's been so long. Cecil, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. It wasn't my imagination. I heard my brother's voice say, so long. Okay, and we're in the throne room of Baron. Looks like Edge is the first guest to arrive. And there's the Dwarf King. And Yang. And here's the twins. Guy's trying to sit in the throne and got scolded for it. And there's the elder. And Edward. And there's Rydia. And I guess Edge is a little bit embarrassed to see her face to face again. Okay, so that's it for the game ending. And all that's left is the credits roll. And the traditional star field. Usually in Final Fantasy games there's a star field when they roll the final credits. So I'll use this time to talk a bit about my first experience with this game. I was I think about 11 years old back in 1991, and my parents had bought me the first Final Fantasy for the Nintendo, so I saw that they were releasing one for the Super Nintendo. And I was like, oh, okay. I really like the Nintendo one. I'll try the Super Nintendo one. And I rented it from the store. This is back in the day when you could actually rent games from the store, when they had Blockbusters and etc., etc. So you go rent a game for a couple days, and I thought it was amazing. The gripping story, the graphics, the sound. Then I asked for that for a Christmas present later, and it's one of my favorite games. I think this game. The reason I chose to do a walkthrough on this first was This is probably my all-time favorite Final Fantasy, like even more than 6 or 7. I know 6 and 7 both were amazing graphically, sound-wise, story-wise, gameplay-wise, but this one really left an impression on me. And I've played through it many times, so it's the game that I'm the most familiar with out of all the other Final Fantasies. Of course, in North America, Final Fantasy 2 and 3 for the Nintendo never got released back in the 90s and late 80s, basically. I think Final Fantasy 2 was released in 88 in Japan, and then 3 was released in 90, but instead in North America we got Final Fantasy 1 on the Nintendo in 1990, and instead of releasing 2 and 3 after that, they skipped straight to 4 because they wanted to showcase the prowess of the Super Nintendo, basically. And for me, it wasn't until later, when I was going to university in 1999-2000, there started to become more and more popular emulators, and there were fan translations of those games that only got released in Japan. So I went through and I completed FF2, FF3, and FF5 on the emulator and found fan translations for those. And then of course later on, they all got final releases here. I'm glad they released this Pixel Remaster, redid the graphics, redid the sound. Gives me a reason to come back and play through them again. Now, as this being my first walkthrough, there were a couple errors. I was going through checking my treasure collections, and there's 2 sets of treasures that I missed during the walkthrough. I'm going to add a short video after this showing you how to get those. There's one that was hidden in a waterfall in the Watery Pass, the same room where you first meet Kella, and then another one in a Damsian Castle where you meet Edward. In the entrance, you go to the right, and there's a there's a room on the right side that has treasures that I missed during the walkthrough. So, like I said, I'm going to add another video after this showing you guys how to get those, just for the sake of completionness. As far as the next game, I'm going to go old school. I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish Final Fantasy 1, the first one, and do a walkthrough on that. That's going to be my next walkthrough for my YouTube channel. So look for that first video in 1 or maybe 2 weeks. And you know what? When I do that video next week about the treasures that I missed, maybe I'll show you guys Zeromus on active mode. You can see how badly he just cheats you. It's not fair at all. It's just he's super fast. Another thing I noticed is that they've really toned down the curing ability of Rosa's highest cure, Curaja. I believe in the Super Nintendo version, that would cure between 3,000 to 4,000 HP, but they've really reduced it, so when you cast it on everybody, it recovers like 1,200 to 1,400 HP. They've adjusted it. It's another thing, I don't know if you guys are aware, maybe you are, maybe you're not, but there was 2 versions of Final Fantasy IV, or as in North America was called Final Fantasy II. There was a hard type and an easy type, and we in North America, we got the we got the easy version. I guess they thought the hard type was too difficult for us, so they stripped a lot of the items out. There weren't those golden apples or Soma drops that added to your max HP or MP. They took a lot of the items out. They simplified that. Reduced the damage that the enemies give to you. Just overall made it easier. And then that's another one I went through with the emulator. I went and I found an English translation for the hard type of Final Fantasy IV, which isn't that difficult. And you know what? I'm gonna also use this time to plug my other YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in Chinese food, I have a channel called Aaron's China Guide. You can search for that if you like. There's Chinese cooking recipes there. I live in China full-time basically for the last 10 years. Teaching English here. I love it. It's great. The food is amazing. Weather is much better than Canada. Well, it is ice cold in Canada right now, but here in late March, you can even go outside wearing a t-shirt. I'm in southern China, by the way. Northern China is still kind of cold. Like if you go up to Beijing or Dongbei, it's still cold up here. But the weather's nice in the south. What else? Yeah, eventually I'm gonna add other RPGs to the channel, time permitting, of course. These take a lot of time. I have a full-time job, so I'm only be able to crank out about one of these videos per week. Maybe during holiday time I might crank some more out. I want to do East. I'm a big fan of the East series by Falcom. Dragon Quest / Dragon Warrior series, arcade games. I'll probably put some playthroughs with commentary with arcade game emulators in the future too. Old school ones like maybe Double Dragon or The Simpsons or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those ones were always fun. But first, I want to complete all 6 of the Pixel Remasters. Like I said, I'm going to do the first Final Fantasy next. And then 2, and then, who knows, maybe I'll move on to 6. The one that I'm the least familiar with is 3, so I want to play through 3 a couple times more before posting a walkthrough on that. Get nice and familiar with that one. So thank you Square Enix for making an amazing series of RPGs and blowing the dust off them, make sure they're not forgotten. And thanks to you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.